Hello and welcome to Ask the Dice Maker. I'm Sasha, the master dice maker behind Sunshadeau Arts, and I'll be your guide on this journey into the world of handmade resin dice. Today on Ask the Dice Maker, we're going to take a closer look at how some makers categorize or grade their dice. Hey Sasha, what does A, B, or C grade mean when it comes to dice? First off, grades for dice is a way to categorize dice based on the perceived quality of the dice. Many dice makers feel it is an easy way for potential customers to understand the quality level of the dice they may be purchasing. However, every single dice maker or dice company has their own standards with which they determine the worth and quality of their dice. There is no universal system that is recognized throughout the community. So one dice maker or company's grade B die may be equivalent to another maker or company's grade C, for example. So don't expect grades to be the same from maker to maker, but there are a few general ideas that tend to hold true. Grade A or AAA is typically reserved for precision casino dice. These ultra-precise dice not only have no cosmetic flaws of any kind, they typically have a shape error margin of less than 0.1 millimeter. This grade doesn't apply to polyhedral gaming dice, and if you want to know why, check out my previous video asking the question, is this die balanced? Now, looking at grades that are actually used by some dice makers for polyhedral dice, we have grade A, which typically refers to dice with no visible flaws, marks, or imperfections. So no air bubbles, maker marks, it has perfect inking, and has an even polish. Grade B typically refers to dice that have some small flaws or marks. These may be micro bubbles, imperfect finishes, some inking flaws, and the like. They tend to be cosmetic and don't affect the functionality of the dice. Grade C dice typically refer to dice that have major flaws, either cosmetic or functional. It could be any large cosmetic issues, all the way to dice that are slightly misshapen or have uneven surfaces that could affect its rolling. Now, like I said previously, there is no universal system for dice grading, and actually many dice makers, like myself, don't find them to be a useful tool for analyzing quality. Personally, I list all my dice with flaws generically as less than perfect, with a detailed list of any flaws or marks so the buyer can decide for themselves what the quality level might be. So, to sum up, dice grades are systems that some dice makers use to denote the level of quality of their dice. It goes A, B, C, just like most grading systems. And the systems change from maker to maker, and many dice makers simply don't use them at all. That's it for this episode of Ask the Dice Maker. Until next time. Do you have a question you'd like to ask the dice maker? Drop it in the comments below. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a video. Want to check my credentials? Visit my website at sunshadowarts.com or find me on Twitter or Instagram at Sunshadow Arts. And consider joining the Sunshadow community by becoming a patron on Patreon.